So again, welcome back to me, welcome back to Thailand. True Blue Tat here from Thailand. I hope you're doing well. This is one whatever here in Thailand, which is Saturday, around about 12 o'clock here in Thailand, for instance, and believe it, another sunny day. Cold again, for instance, another cold, not as cold last night as it was before. I think it was Yisip Onsa, about 20 degrees, but it was cold last night, got down to but it wasn't as cold as it was. I felt cold, but I had a Christmas jumper. I slept with a Christmas jumper on, and I was well wrapped up last night. This morning I've been for a run, a lovely run this morning. I went for a run Wainam and yoga at the beach today, for instance. Another 20k done, for instance. Also, first time without my bandage on, which is excellent. So, for instance, I didn't feel a thing really. I got a little twinge, but other than that, so I think my calf is back up to scratch, which is excellent, and it's great to run again. It really is. And so I went running all the way down to the bottom, took the length of Jomtien Beach, Tale, plus from Second Road and blah blah blah, whatever. So, but lovely, absolutely fantastic. But still, again, because it's still cold. It's not too bad at all. Running, for instance, but you. Again, for instance, there was a lot of phalanx out there. There was one guy, for instance, who wanted to run with me, which I don't like. And for instance, macho. So, for instance, I spun off from him. It wasn't even English. I think it was French. I don't know. There was a lot of phalanx outside. Tourists here in Thailand at the moment. We're still in the high season, and a lot of Russians, and here in the area where I live, and for instance, a lot of bare bodies, a lot of which is unbelievable, because to me it's cold, and a lot of very unfit people. With their very, very bare bodies, and not a nice thing to see, really isn't. But anyway, never mind. But I'm only there for the run and the swim, the Wainam, and the yoga. So, for instance, but it's good. But anyway, so I've just come back. I just had a shower, had some rice and egg for breakfast, and a little bit of cow. And because I don't eat much at all, and what I eat is very healthy. And cow, rice, which is the staple, my staple, and eggs. So, for instance, and that's all I have. A bit of ketchup, and that's it. That was brekkie. Anyway, so I feel fine. And so today, right 10 o'clock in the evening, or we got a game against Exeter, 3 o'clock in the UK time, against the Grecians. Exeter, the FA Cup third round, really looking forward to the game. Hopefully, we're now a little bit more relaxed after the hectic schedule. We started off very well, the Christmas schedule, with wins, and then we've been tailed off with 3 draws, which I think, for instance, the way Pep was talking about last night on his second part of his interview, first part and second part of interviews. Which is just ridiculous, and it appears that, for instance, he's now he's going to take this seriously, and we want to get back into winning ways, because we've got Newcastle during the week, and then we've got the Rags next week. So, for instance, with their managerial merry-go-round, it's just unbelievable. I just look at that club. Honestly, it's so hilariously funny. Bringing back our Oli Gale show, it's just unbelievable. I was looking at Alex Cook yesterday talking about it yesterday. He's like the head in his hands. People I think people, especially United fans, they have a memory the size of a peanut. They really do. That's an insult to a peanut. They forget how bad he was under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. You had that stupid Rio Ferdinand comment. Oh, we need to sign him up. So, and then they signed him up because he was doing okay. They got him into the Champions. They beat PSG by a lucky fluky goal and everything. So, and Ali, he's going to bring him back the good times. And then they had a few good decent results. And then then he went downhill big time. I think Watford? I can't remember when they got stuffed, and everybody wanted him out. And now, for instance, now they want him back. It's just ludicrous. They paid him 10 million quid. get out of my club, and then now we want him back. I'm not surprised. It is a brilliant gig to be a Man United manager. You really do. All you have to do there is be there 6 months or so, do an absolutely terrible job, whatever, and let's go and get paid off. Unbelievable. I think someone said that United have paid off 97 million quid since Ferguson on paying off managers, on employing managers and paying them off. 97 million pound. What's it called? United since old Red Nose has gone retired. So yeah, hilariously good. You can't make it up. It really is. And then you look at my club, steady as a rock. Anyway, Man City. Anyway, our club, should I say. Anyway, so let's talk about the Grecians. So nice to see Semenyo. It was all for instance, in the for instance, yeah, he was training. It was a nice picture with in Thailand. For instance, yeah, great to see. Really was. It was great to see him signing up, looking at the trophies, and I think he's a decent. Religious man, good character. I think he'll fit in Man City like a glove. I really do. I think he'll be great. Really looking forward to seeing him today. I think he's just a man of good character, for instance, and have great respect, and excellent footballer, 2-footed, and absolutely can't wait to see him play. And a bargain. I think it's a bargain. 60+ million quid, etc. is nothing. You look at Tesco. Over at Old Trafford, 75 million quid, and I think he scored a couple of goals. Yeah, absolutely. I think this guy's a bargain, and really looking forward to him. He's going to fit into Man City. Can play left, right, left side, middle. If you listen to the media, what's it called? He's here to replace Doku, or he can play left side, he can play right side, he can play down the middle. What's it called? But yeah, really looking forward to it. So welcome to Man City, Antonio Semenyo. Welcome. Anyway, so let's talk about the Grecians. Grecians are a bit cheeky at the moment because they appears that Exeter City have got themselves in a bit of financial issues, and they've asked Manchester City, because they've got to get something like a couple of 100,000 for the gate receipts for this game, and so what they've asked Man City if they can have more of the gate receipts. A bit naughty, because they've had a fire or something like that, and so they're a bit naughty, I would say, and and saying, oh, as you're all so rich, can we have a bit more money for the gate receipts? So I know, it must be tough running a club. For instance, they're on League One, so for instance, not actually in the bottom of the league or anything or whatever. They are towards the bottom half for League One. I've got a mate of mine who follows Stockport County, for instance, and he said they're half decent. So what's it called? But so for instance, but let's see how it goes. Anyway, so looking after the first ever clash between Man City and Exeter, plus the links, plus the links between the two clubs and the potted history of the Devon side, also known as the Grecians. It is fitted. It is Exeter City's 125th years in existence. Wow! They finally meet Man City for the first time. This is incredible for the two clubs. Have never met before in any competition in all those years, and there is only a handful of sides that both clubs are still to play in the league pyramid. Both on Saturday, January the 10th, 1500, at all change. The backed by 7,800 travelling Devonations, whatever, Devon people. As long as the rest of the Grecians are indeed coming. There have been several connections between the two clubs, between the two teams over the years. Also been a couple of pre-season friendlies, but the links pretty much end there as a new chapter of history starts with the FA Cup third round meeting this weekend. Right, okay, so who's better than the trustee of Exeter City Football Club Museum, Martin Weller, who's to share a bit of the Grecian fascination history. Drawing Man City leaves us with just two clubs we will never face in the current 92. We've never played Arsenal before or Bromley, don't give a last season City paired with another Devon side around as we took Exeter's first rival Plymouth Argyle, yes. And while we have faced the Pilgrims many sides over the years, as well as Torquay United over the number of occasions, that are only definite opposition until the third round draw was made last month. So the prospects of the trip has been sold out. I think the third round, Wheeler says, I think it was the third round stage. You either want a lowly side at the home to give you a chance of progressing or gaining more prize money, or getting outstanding standout away fixture, and Man City ticks all those boxes. With the fact is that we've never met before the status of Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium, and all reasons to be excited by our fans. Plus, there's also almost exactly 20 years since we travelled up in the thousands to Old Trafford when we played the Rags, and an only get. So, right. So, okay. So, for instance, there goes on about connection. Blah blah blah. Yeah. So they got 8,000 fans coming up. We played Liverpool in the FA Cup replay number 2016 and took several thousand to Anfield after our 2-2. Extra fascinating history. Yeah, sounds it. So David Blaine, what's the last play? Man City. Yeah. So yeah, it should be an interesting game. Interesting. What's it called? A visit. So welcome to Manchester's Exeter. So let's get more into the game rather than the history of Exeter. After ending in 2025 the 8 consecutive wins in all competitions, it was fair to say that Man City have made an underwhelming start to the new season, to the year, as they were drawn 3 successive Premier League matches against Sunderland, Chelsea and Brighton, settling for a 1-1 draw against the latter two in the space of just 4 days. Yeah, Erling Haaland's 150th goal, congratulations Erling, was an injury hit Manchester City side, was cancelled out by a second half strike from Mitoma on Wednesday night, with the citizens left ruining a plethora of golden opportunities after suffering another frustrating setback in their pursuit of the Premier League title. Now sitting 5 points behind, so it's 6 really, behind leaders Arsenal, in danger of slipping 8 points. Well, they didn't, did we? Pep Guardiola's that men are next in top flight action against managerless rivals the Rags on the 17th of January, but they must shift their focus back to back-to-back cup clashes with Exeter and Newcastle. Man City are 7 times winners of the FA Cup, and they have reached this last at least a semi-final stage of the competition in 8 of the last 9 seasons under Guardiola. Pretty decent. But they have only triumphed 2 times on occasions, on the 2018-29 season and 22nd-23rd. But what they have lost the last 2 finals against the Rags and the current holders Crystal Palace. Yeah, well, I think for instance, when a goalkeeper handles the ball outside of the what's it called, the penalty area, and it's an automatic red card. Well, we thought it is, but it appears that, for instance, there's a different rule now, which has never been clarified, and it was all brushed over because the media and everybody wanted Palace to win, just like they wanted Newcastle to beat Liverpool. So yeah, so it was kind of a So I'm not bitter. No, I think we got cheated out of it. But then again, we weren't at our best. But we didn't have a great season last season, and to get to an FA Cup final and also win the Charity Shield was more than what Arsenal did last season. So there you go. Man City are 7 times winners of the FA Cup. Yeah, okay. Seeking into the one of the better teams, citizens will play them. Right, okay, so let's get into it. Exeter are experiencing their 4th successive season in the League One, and much needed upturn in form across the last 3 matches. What's helping them climb into the 14th in the table and 3 points above the relegation zone. Back-to-back wins against Bournemouth and Luton Town were followed by a 2-2 draw at Huddersfield last weekend, with Jaden Wareham increased his goal tally for the campaign to 11 with an 89th minute equaliser. Exeter have knocked out in the 4th round by Notts Forest, who lost last night. Notts Forest last season, beating non-league Halifax 2-0 away from home in round 1 of this year's competition, but easing to a 4-0 victory over Wycombe Wanderers in the second round and set up a glamorous tie against Man City. Ahead of the weekend's contest, Chairman Peter Bayless admitted that the money is tight, and the club, their club's supporters trust, the supporters run club, aren't they? Which owns the League One side, have asked Man City to give a greater share of the gate receipts for the cup tie, which in their view would stand a strong statement of solidarity and sustainability of the fan-owned club. Bit cheeky. While Saturday's fixture in the first competition clash between the two clubs, Exeter did host Man City in a friendly at St James's Park back in August 1996, with Simpsons winning 3-1. The goal from Quinn Stephen Lomas and Michael Kalashvili. Exeter fared better over the red side. What a shock! In January 2005, although they have held the Rags to a 0-0 draw in the FA Cup third round try at Old Trafford. How embarrassing! Before losing 2-0 the replay. And Caldwell's side will be motivated as ever to claim another surprise result against the top tier opposition this weekend. Yeah, there won't be a replay. We'll just go straight to penalties. Right, so Exeter's form. So they've lost, won, draw. Okay, so yeah, Man City's 3 draws, 3 wins. So yeah, right. Man City's team news. City's Joshua Guardiola, Ruben Diaz, Semenyo, Oscar Bob, John Stones, Matthias Nunes, all sidelined with injuries to Omar Mamouche and Ryan McNaught, also at the African Cup, doing very well over there. Antonio Semenyo was unveiled as Man City, so he's going to start. Guardiola may feel this weekend match represent the best opportunity to rest players of this key first team plays during the hectic final fixture schedule across multiple competitions, but could therefore lead a number of academy player starlets featuring at the start. Max Elneny impressed. He did impress. He was very impressed on his senior debut for Man City in midweek, a draw against Brighton. Just days after being recalled back from loan Spain, and he worked well with Kuznetsov. And knowing that he probably never even spoke to Kuznetsov before they started playing together, those two were brilliant together. Absolutely, really impressed by Kuznetsov and Max Elneny. Really was. Against the Premier League side, Brighton, decent team. Fellow academy players Stephen Muffin, Braithwaite, Matebi, Naylor, and Christian McFarlane may also be considered first team roles in defence, while Heskey and Heskey boys, both brothers, as well as Charlie Gray, Adu Masaka and Sangari could also be contesting for the pitch. As for Exeter, Johnny Velico, Josh Magnuson, Ryan Riddell, Danny Andrews are all set to remain sidelined with injuries, while defender still Swinkill was recently recalled by parent club Aston Villa. Captain Price Sweeney and Jake Doyle Hayes will both be hoping to force their way back into the start 11 after dropping down to the bench of the draw after the draw against Huddersfield, while Ed Turner turns last time out and recovering from injury and could retain his place in the starting box. Wing-back Liam Nesser was also named to the players at the goal of the month for September, set to continue on the right flank, while Reece Cole and Jack Atkinson could both provide support for the leading marksman Wareham up front. So expected starting lineup for Exeter City: Whitworth, Sweeney, Fitzwaters, Turns, Nicholson's, Dollar Hayes, Briley, McMillan, Cole, Atkinson and Wareham. Man City's Trafford, Lewis, Muffin, Elaine, Naylor, Gray, Heskey, Adodo, Cherky, Heskey and Mosaga. I don't think we're going to play that many EDS players. I think from what Pep was saying yesterday, he's going to take it seriously, so there will be some EDS players and probably more on the bench, but I think they will have a few more Man City regulars in the squad. Eleni, yes. Lewis, yes. I think they'll Kuzinov, yeah. I think they'll play for instance, Chani Reinders. They will play. I don't think play full forward and give him a rest. But we'll definitely have again. So we're playing because they haven't put in our new signing here in this. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a really looking game. So a game where we need to get through. I expect us to get through. I expect us to win at least 3-0. For instance, I forget to get back into scoring ways. It's going to be good. It's going to be interesting to see how our new signing Semenyo actually fits in, and But I can see we'll have more than just what was said there. For instance, as far as starting lineups. Starting in. I'm actually in the dungeon today, so because my neighbours are cooking and they make a hell of a lot of noise. So really looking forward to the game. If you're going to the game, enjoy. For instance, hope the weather's bright and doesn't rain. So for instance, a bit cold, not colder, so it should be a good atmosphere. Cheap tickets and good family atmosphere. And Exeter will probably put a bit of noise on, so we'll see how they get on. But I'm expecting a Man City win, and hope we don't get any injuries. That's the most important thing, and get through to the next round. But I'm expecting the City win, and so it should be fun, and look forward to it. And I hope to speak to you tomorrow, for instance, regarding the the result. So also we've got the ladies restarting their game tomorrow. The WSL is back as well. So I also follow the ladies as well, so you can, if you're interested in Manchester City ladies or the WSL, so for instance, you're more than welcome to, I'll do a preview of their game tomorrow as well. So, but other than that, I'm going to love you and leave you. True Blue Tie from Thailand. Like and subscribe. Tell me what you're thinking, what's on your mind. And I'll speak to you tomorrow. Ask me any question you like, apart from listening to the noise is nice. And have a good day.